Hi everybody, and welcome back to With My Hands Homestead. I wanted to say hi to all of my new subscribers. I'm so excited to meet all of you guys. As of right now, I have 30 big one subscribers, which probably doesn't sound like a lot, but that's a lot to me. That's a lot of people. Like, you all are individual people. Like, that's really cool and really amazing, and I am so grateful for you. Thank you for being so active in the comments. That is why I did all of this, just to get to know all of you and connect with you guys. And even if you're not doing the homestead thing, even if you're just gardening or, you know, whatever, I love to hear that. Like, even that is so inspiring to me. And even just meeting people from around the world, like, you guys are really cool. So if I haven't commented back yet, it's been... my husband's, I know it doesn't really matter, but my husband has been doing overtime this week, so he leaves before we wake up and he comes back after our toddler goes to bed. So I work 9 to 5, and all in between there, I'm taking care of the little guy. So I have like a very small window right now where I have to fit my whole life in right now. So I don't get on every day like I usually do for a little bit. So all that to say, don't think I'm ignoring you or I don't think about your comments. That's not it at all. I promise I will definitely always reply. Like, that's my favorite part about all of this. And I just don't want to discourage anyone if you think I'm not reading it, because I definitely am, and I will reply. So thank you guys. I am loving all of this. So this is the first video for my little series, Pregnant and Planting. Don't worry, it won't at all be about my pregnancy. I just thought it was a funny little name since I am pregnant and I will be planting. So, you know, maybe over the summer when it's hot and I'm a lot more pregnant, I might do like one video about what it's like to just have a garden and be a homesteader while pregnant, because it does change things. It's a little harder to do things. The manual labor, well, that's no pun intended, but like the manual labor of, you know, having to wrangle the animals and work in the garden and all of that kind of stuff, it does affect it. And, you know, you guys might want to be pregnant one day or already pregnant or know have a partner who will be, and so it might be insightful. But other than that, I'm gonna just stick to the planting aspect of this. So I figured the best way to start, as of today, it is, oh gosh, January 8th. So we're still really early. Usually I don't start my summer garden seeds, like my tomatoes and peppers and that kind of thing, until Valentine's Day. That's like the, oh man, I just know Valentine's Day. I guess it's 8 weeks, I think 8 weeks before our projected last frost day here. I'm in North Carolina in zone 7B. We're really right on the edge of 7A, 7B, and they're pretty much same. So that's just kind of the rule of thumb-ish of when we start our seeds. So we are before that, but if you watch one of my first videos, I started some winter stuff that I should have been starting to get in the ground probably at the end of January, but spoiler alert, I still can't grow brassicas. All of my kale and broccoli died. So I'll show you that. Really embarrassing. I don't know what it is. I know I have definitely been behind watering them. I think right now it's because I have not watered them properly. But everything else is growing fine. So I guess I'll go ahead and show you that. Okay, so here is, it's hard with a light on, but this is how I have my little seed starting area set up. It's just a wire shelving unit that I got from Target and some shop lights. So you can't really see them with them on. But I have them chained up. Really easy, really cheap. You can use these, obviously, because I have for years, but they aren't the best. Like, they're not gonna grow your stuff as well as real grow lights, and I will be upgrading them next year for sure. But yeah, so I do need to water them right now. I have my spray bottle right here. Lettuce, doing great. Totally doing great. Spinach, doing great. Doing phenomenal. The tomatoes that were volunteers, check out my other videos about that and my Instagram. They are doing wonderful. My broccoli is not. Like, I know it's dry. It's too dry for sure. I definitely let it go too long. But how did everything else do so good and my broccoli and kale did not? I mean, the only one that kind of did is this one. And of course it has a giant tomato in it. So I'm not sure. I don't know what to do about it. Like, I don't know. Should I separate them? Because right now I care more about these. If I don't know if these are kale or broccoli. I did not label them, just like anything. But man, look how healthy that guy is. I don't know. Whoops. That's the only thing about the wire. It's really hard, like the cups kind of dip in and fall a lot of the time. So that's not great. But here is my the one tomato that I did pot up. He's doing pretty good. I wish he were closer to the light, but he's doing really good. Look at them. These I definitely forgot to water. Oh my gosh. It even had a volunteer tomato and even it died. So not doing that well. I really don't like growing in like the solo cup things like this. They never work out that great for me. I'm surprised any of this has done well at all. Yeah, so I need to water these guys. I'll need to pour it in a minute. When they get this big, I like to spray it just to start to get the soil a little bit moistened so that when I pour it, it gets in the ground better. Yeah, they really need to be poured and not just sprayed. So that was the update for that. I don't know what to say. I should have watered them more. I definitely know that. But I won't be having brassicas this year. I haven't decided what to do. Like I mentioned in that other clip, I don't know what to do about the volunteer tomatoes that are in there with like the spinach and the one little set of kale, or I'm pretty sure it's kale, in there, because I want the leafy greens. Like, that's what I planted, that's what I want. But those tomatoes are growing so good. I don't know what to do. I potted one up, and I told myself I would pot at least one up during the winter, even though it's way too early to be planting them, and I have another video about that. But it's so warm here that I can start them early and keep them in a pot and take them in when it frosts, and take them in to give them a little bit of extra light inside too. That's another factor to think about. If you have summer vegetables during the winter, the sun outside isn't out long enough for them to do anything really. So I don't know. It's a lot of work. I could probably manage 2. I managed 2 last year. The other thing that I'm iffy about, I don't know what these tomatoes are, but I think they are the Big Mamas. And I actually have the thing right here. I don't know if you can see that, but these are the paste tomato, and I only think they're from they're these because the soil that I got was from the container that had these in them. And one thing that I like to do if I have a tomato in the in-ground garden and in my containers, if I have a tomato that got really buggy or got like blossom end rot, and then at the end of the season when it frosted, I just put the tomatoes back in the ground. I mulch pretty well even in my containers, so I have like 2 or 3 inches of hay, or straw I guess, in the container to keep it moist, just like in the in-ground garden. So I just kind of dig a little divot and put the tomato in there so that it can break down like normal compost, just put it right back in the soil. So I'm sure that's what happened. I just didn't expect, usually in the summer they don't grow up because I have so much mulch down, like if it tried it wouldn't get sunlight and couldn't come up. So it's not usually an issue in the real world. I just hadn't expected it when I reused the soil. But anyway, when I do the early tomatoes during the winter, I really prefer to have the cherry tomatoes because they will start really early. You can get those ripe. You'll have to check out my other video. I can't remember now of how early I got them, but I got them really early. When you're growing in the winter, even if you're taking them in at night or whenever it's cold, they're still going to grow a lot slower than they will in the summer. So it's a give and take. So if I'm growing a big tomato, I mean, these big mamas are like that big. So not huge, but still like really big. I'm worried it wouldn't even be worth it because they'll grow so slow and they'll take so long to ripen. It'll almost be around the same time that everything else does, if that makes sense. Like, I'll hold off on planting my real tomatoes, but they will grow so much faster that they'll probably be ripe at the same time. Does that make sense? I'm not explaining that really well. But I don't know. I'm on the fence. I don't know. I might, I don't know. I'll keep you updated. Follow my Instagram if you want more of a day-by-day thing. I try and post, I used to post every day, but not so much anymore. I post many times a week, and I post every day on my stories. So I will keep you updated there. That's where you get the most up-to-date stuff. But I'll keep you posted on the next Pregnant and Planting. You will know. So subscribe if you are liking it here and want to keep updated. I would love it if you did. I would love it if you comment and tell me all about what you're doing in your garden, especially if you're pregnant too. We can be pregnant and planting together. So I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in a couple days. Oh, and I don't think I've ever mentioned, I try and post every Monday and Thursday. I might not every week, but that's my goal. So check back on Thursday, and hopefully there'll be another video for you. Bye.